Hello and welcome to the show. The first news we're going to cover today is that during the NXT taping last night in the Full Sail University, Big E Langston defeated Seth Rollins to win NXT Championship after hitting the big end. Also during the match, the Shield interfered, but the majority of the NXT roster chased them back. So Big E then used the big N on Seth Rollins. And after the match, as you see in the picture, he celebrated with Triple H and Dusty Rhodes. Uh, so most likely in let's say a month, we're going to see this happen on NXT on television and on the internet. So that's cool. The next news we're going to cover today is Dolph Ziggler and Vickie Guerrero are no longer going to be a team on television. It's not going to be Vickie as a manager and Ziggler as a protege. Because WWE wants to push Ziggler high as fuck. We're also going to talk about that later. But, uh, that's the thing. Right now you see Dolph Ziggler lose a lot on television. But, WWE says you have to keep in mind Dolph Ziggler is one of the most popular wrestlers in the world. He is, and that's why he's getting so pushed. If you go on, let's say, WWE shop, he's one of the main superstars you see. If you go on, you see him everywhere. You see him everywhere because he's a guy that brings attention. Also, he is the man that has the most popular show on YouTube with the WWE Fan Nation. Second place, of course, is Santino Marella. Then, are you serious? We're going over to the next news. As you might already know, NXT star Corey Graves have been working a lot of dark matches lately. Last night's SmackDown taping, he did actually lose a dark match to Ted DiBiase. But on Twitter, he went out and said this. It's not wherever you win or lose, it's how you play the game. Now, South California, pick up your teeth and go home. Hashtag stay down. You see, this man has been losing all his dark matches, but it's reported that he makes the crowd hate him with his mic skills. Is he going to have a bright future in the WWE? Most likely yes. So when is he going to debut? It's most likely going to happen after WrestleMania season, because that's usually when the debut stars want to push, like they did this year with Ryback. So WWE's website, WWE.com, had an article up earlier this week looking back at the 2006 December to Dismember pay-per-view that led to Paul Heyman's release from the company and the lowest buy rate in WWE pay-per-view history. And it appears that the article has been deleted by Heyman because Heyman tweeted the following on Tuesday. I love how everyone wants to remind me that I left WWE 6 years ago today. But here's one better. Not about your reigning defending WWE champion CM Punk's rightful place front and center on pro wrestling, Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore. WWE.com had this reporter ask me a question about the ECW December to Dismember pay-per-view event. I won't spoil the fun, but for those of you looking for the latest shot promo, check out the story. I'm sure WWE won't like it too much. And bluntly, I don't care if WWE likes it or not. I stand by what I said and meant every single solitary word. The story comes out this week. We now return to our schedule, dedicated and hustling. Okay, something happens right now with the tweet, but Paul Heyman, you can't go against him and you can't do this. because he's coming back at you. So the article is going to be up later this week, as he said in the tweet. So I think we're going to check that out. So in a picture you're going to see the new look of Cody Rhodes. Uh, just explain it. Cody Rhodes has now got a mustache. And he's out, so he thought, hey, why don't I try a new look? And let's tweet a pic on Twitter and see what people thinks. Well, if you haven't watched the picture, here it comes. Hashtag pedophile. There's never a lot of TNA news, but right now, what most people already kind of knew, TNA is working on getting the Aces and Eights to face Sting and a team with most likely Abyss or Joseph Park in it at Lockdown. So, what's gonna be the stipulation? Because many things, a guy like Eric Bischoff is behind Lockdown, and I mean behind SN8s. Maybe Jeff Jarrett. We don't know. It's gonna be a stipulation that loser leaves forever. And what will happen then? There's also a lot of talk about Sting leaving, of course, and that 2013 is the last year. But what's really gonna happen and how are they gonna follow the story? Well, TNA is always unpredictable, and this is going to be a fun feud watching in the months coming. I especially can't wait because Lockdown is one of the biggest pay-per-views every single year. They always have amazing matches. Next year's gonna be no doubt brilliant. As you might already know, WWE are very huge on getting Dolph Ziggler and Wade Barrett to be the top guys. I'm going to use 2013 to build it up. But right now, there are actually 5 wrestlers that they are going to focus a lot on next year. It's Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler, Antonio Cesaro, Wade Barrett, and Randy Orton as a heel. Yes, Randy Orton is returning as a heel pretty soon. The rivalry with Dolph Ziggler is therefore people not really sure about. Is Randy Orton going to have a heel turn after he's done with Ziggler, or what the hell is going on? And why did they use Survivor Series 2012 to advertise for a heel turn when becoming a half year later? This is something we don't really know, but we really all need to think that those 5 guys are going to be the top stars in the future and are the future. So what do you think about that? What do you think about those 5 stars getting a huge time push and not guys like McGillicuddy? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Brock Lesnar is expected to return soon because he's still under contract. As you all know, he had a limited amount of dates he could be used under this contract. He makes a lot of money out of it, and he's most likely going to sign a new one. Just that contract is going to have no limitations on when he is on Raw. But of course, he will choose himself a lot. Brock Lesnar is actually expected to face The Rock at WrestleMania right now. The idea is that The Rock is going to get attacked by Lesnar after the WWE title match with CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. So, what's that really meaning? Is it actually going to be a rivalry with 2 guys who's barely on television? I'm a huge Brock Lesnar fan, but seriously, if they put the belt on The Rock, we will not have a big time feud because Rock will not show up before 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Lesnar will most likely be at the Elimination Chamber too. But you know what? We don't know, and the unpredictability of WWE right now is really good. So, would you like to see Brock Lesnar face The Rock, or would you more likely see CM Punk facing The Rock at WrestleMania? Or do you want to see The Rock versus John Cena one more time and get a shitty match? Brock Lesnar is going to be the main star at WrestleMania 29 and 30. So hopefully he's going to face guys like The Rock and Stone Cold. But you know what? Time has to tell. And when Brock Lesnar comes back, it's a mark out moment. Just a quick thing. The match between Dolph Ziggler and John Cena TLC is, as you all know, having the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line for Dolph Ziggler. But most likely we are going to see Ziggler win. So in the last pay-per-view of the year, in the last main event pay-per-view match of the year, is Dolph Ziggler going to be victorious? Or if Cena wins because he wanted to look strong, will he most likely the next day lose the briefcase to Ziggler? So, to all Dolph Ziggler fans, and I know it's a lot, we can all be happy that soon we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. The original show-off, Dolph Ziggler. To all people wondering, Brad Maddox is actually on the contract and is going to be debuting around Royal Rumble time. The things you see on Raw now is only to build him up as a heel. Just saying. So former WWE star Tyler Rex went out on Twitter earlier this week and attacked WWE for the way he was treated. He was talking about an incident at a house show, I think it was, where Tyler Rex was going out to have a match. Cena comes over to him and tells him, if you use your finisher, then I'm gonna make you fired. I'm gonna make you get fired. Tyler Rex didn't believe it. He didn't believe it. Why it was actually John Cena coming out and saying that. He went out, had a match, used his finisher. Cena then went to the office and made it possible that Tyler Rex became released. He was released in an instance because that would make Linda McMahon look bad. But Cena, without having any sort of evidence that he had been using the moves before, got what he wanted, like always. So the man that uses kids to get what he wants, use the military to get what he wants, use everything to get what he wants. You know what? Congratulations. But also on the bright side, Tyler Rex also talked about the guys behind the scenes. He was talking about how good Dolph Ziggler, Edge, Kofi Kingston, Zack Ryder, and all those other guys were, and how passionate they were about wrestling. So, do you believe what Tyler Rex says? Or is this just to make him famous once more? Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later.